Hello everybody, Luke back once again, this time to break down everything we know about the new social network Clubhouse. This is a wildly popular, fast-growing social network that is invite-only, and we got all the details on what it is, why is it growing so fast, why people like it, and how you can get an invite. So we're going to jump into this, break it all down, but first, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, and hopefully we can help you learn something new. So what is Clubhouse? It is a invitation-only social network that's basically built all around audio. Much like the chat rooms in the early 90s and late 2000s where you join on a variety of different topics and chat about topics you love. This time it's very similar, but instead of typing in the chat room, you join with your voice through your phone. And you can listen to different people. There are a wide range of topics and areas. Or you can join in and join the conversation. You can listen to interviews. You can listen to stand-up comedians and so much more. It's really become a fast-growing trend, much in the way that chat rooms helped grow the internet in the 90s and even into the early 2000s. So what kind of rooms are there? Well, really a little bit of everything. Whatever you kind of want to listen to or talk about or what you're interested in, there's probably something there. Like we talked about, there's rooms for stand-up comedians, there's interviews, there's people talking about the news and what's happening in the world. It really depends on what you're interested in. And the rooms change all the time. As with all social media networks, they're growing and developing and merging. I wouldn't be surprised as we increasingly see more and more local rooms, chat rooms about specific areas, cities, and smaller areas, much like we see on Facebook, Twitter, and more. So why is this growing so fast? What is making Clubhouse so popular? And really comes down to a lot of big attention. Both Oprah and Elon Musk have both come out and popularized the app by talking about it and letting people know that they enjoy it. That's really driven it. Like with many things in the world, a well-placed recommendation goes a long way, and that seems to be what happened for Clubhouse, though that's brought a lot of attention to them. Facebook is reportedly working on a copy of it. That's often a problem with many apps like this. They're so easy to just replicate that existing social media networks are moving fast to do that. So Clubhouse has a big issue here. They need to move fast to grow before somebody even bigger comes up and crushes them, because right now it's invite only. And that's one of the many problems they have. So let's take a look at some of the problems they have. Number one, growth. It's very hard to get in. It's an invite only, and you kind of have to know somebody. We'll talk about that in a minute. The other problem is scaling. That's part of the problem. Trying to scale up to support all these people. Moderation and other issues are a problem. Much like many social networks, it's tough to moderate them, but when it's voice and it's in real time, it's even harder. When you're listening and somebody jumps in and tries to destroy the conversation by just being rude and filling the talk there with nothing but junk, it can be hard. So you may want to be careful who you're listening around with it. We'll have to see how this gets addressed, the colorful language, the troublemakers, and more. But it seems like Clubhouse is slowly and steadily working to always address these problems as they come up, and we'll keep an eye on it. So how do you get an invite? Well, right now you kind of have to hope you know somebody. Each member of Clubhouse gets 2 and just 2 invites to join Clubhouse. We'll see how that plays out. But for now, you can go and ask somebody. But Clubhouse says they plan to open up Clubhouse to the whole world without the need of an invitation in 2021. They're definitely going to have to rush if they hope to get it out there and be using it before Facebook and others launch their own competitor service. We see this often happen. A fun, great idea like this comes out, but by the time they get to market mass, the idea has been copied and stolen. It's very hard to copyright or to be exclusive on an idea as basic as, hey, we're going to have a chat room, but instead of chatting and typing, we're going to chat by audio through microphones and more. It's an idea that's been kind of around for a while, but the building of a social network around it hasn't quite been done this way, or at least hasn't been done successfully this way in the past, I should say. We'll see how it goes. So if you're interested, you can try to get an invite. You can wait on a waiting list and just see what happens. But that's what the big news is. I kind of wonder a little bit if this is a fad, and I really want your thoughts on this. Will people be just jumping into chat rooms and listening, much like they listen to podcasts and more, or would they rather listen to their interviews and more through a YouTube Live, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, etc. feed? Twitch is a perfect example too of a lot of these interviews in different types of communities where people can chat and more, maybe not in an audio way. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of Clubhouse. Have you been able to get into Clubhouse and use it? Do you like it? If not, are you interested in it? Does this sound like something you would do? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll love to hear from you.